Is opposition unity simply a non-starter ahead of 2024? Can only the Congress lead an opposition alliance as it claims? Are regional parties a BJP B team? Is Rahul Gandhi still unacceptable as a leader to much of the opposition? Those are some of the questions I'm going to raise. Rahul Srivastava, our National Affairs Editor, is with us. Sushmita Dev is Trinamool Congress's MP. Adil Singh Boparai, Congress spokesperson. And Satya Prakash Mishra and Krishan Mane is the BRS leader who's joining us at this moment. Appreciate all of you joining us. I want to come to you, Adil Singh Boparai, since Rahul Gandhi has set the cat among the pigeons today by saying that the Trinamool Congress is scam-tainted, has a record of violence. Reject them, they are into money power. How do you respond? Here is Rahul Gandhi, only a fortnight ago was inviting the Trinamool Congress to be part of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, now launching this frontal attack. What are we to understand? That only Rahul Gandhi and the Congress will now lead the opposition charge?
Well, Mr. Sardesai, the need of the hour is opposition unity. And an umbrella alliance with the Congress at the fulcrum is the only durable and cohesive option which can give the BJP a contest in the 24 elections. I think this is beyond any pale of doubt. And I don't want to sound presumptuous. We recognize the strength of the regional parties. We recognize that they have narrow zones of influence. But having said this, it is the Congress party which has a national footprint. And therefore, the need of the hour is not to quibble amongst ourselves. The need of the hour is to come together and recognize that there is a danger, there is a pernicious danger to this country's constitutional and syncretic ethos from the BJP juggernaut.
No, those are all fine words, Mr. Boparai. No, Mr. Boparai, those are all fine words. How do you square them up with what Rahul Gandhi just said today in Meghalaya, where he has called the Trinamool Congress a corrupt party, a party which is involved in violence? How do you square that? You can't have it both ways, right?
Mr. Sardesai, that statement was made in a certain context, and I can explain that context. What the BJP wants is that the BJP wants multi-cornered contests in state elections, which by default helps the ruling party, which is the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'll give you a classic example. And please, for a moment, forget my political affiliation and test this as somebody who's followed politics for 4 decades. Let's take the case of Goa. Goa is a small state. Goa has essentially been a two-party contest. But the moment you get multi-parties or you get more than 2 or 3 parties, the advantage is for the BJP. So therefore, the context in which Mr. Gandhi says is that the BJP is trying to divide opposition vote. I think that is the substratum of Mr. Gandhi's statement. And having said this, as far as the 24 elections are concerned, I think it is critical. It is critical because if we want India to remain in sync with the ideology of our founding fathers, then the opposition parties and like-minded parties must come together.
Okay, you made your point. Now Sushmita Dev responds. Sushmita Dev, the charge which is being made both by Adil Singh Boparai and in a way by other Congress leaders is that you are acting as a B team of the BJP by dividing the anti-BJP vote. You're fighting the Congress in Meghalaya. You fought them earlier in Tripura where you were in charge. You fought them in Goa. So why should the Congress really trust you? You want to build in a way at the expense of the Congress to benefit the BJP.
See, Rajdeep, I think that's the same question you asked Abhishek Banerjee a few days back in Meghalaya. And I would like to repeat what he said. It is very simple. In a democracy, every party has the right to participate in an electoral process. And for a senior Congress leader and former Congress President Rahul Gandhi ji to bring up the Sharda scam and to say that they are fighting, with so much of money in Goa, I think that it flies in the face of a leader who's walked from Kashmir to Kanyakumari fighting for democracy. One.
But it's not the untruth, is it? Rahul Gandhi says he speaks the truth. He's saying this is the truth. You broke the Congress in Meghalaya. You fought them in Goa.
You know, Rajdeep, I can give you ample examples of the Congress party in Uttarakhand, Himachal, breaking other parties and bringing them into the Congress. So let's not go down that road. But going by the logic that you're dividing votes, that you can't win, so you're dividing votes, I was looking at some of the vote share in 2019. In Andhra, Congress was at 1.31. In Bihar, 7.85. Odisha, 1.3%. UP, 6.36%. West Bengal, 5.67%. Should Congress not withdraw from these states then, Rajdeep? And let Mamata Banerjee fight the BJP in West Bengal without the Congress contesting on 92 seats? So you can't say heads is also mine and tails is also mine. If us going to Meghalaya is helping the BJP, then Congress contesting in Bengal in 92 seats with a vote share of 5.67% is also helping the BJP. So you can't have both sides of the coin. That's what I'm saying. And I'm giving you facts. I'm not criticizing the Congress. All these vote shares are a matter of facts.
You are a former Congress, you are a former, I didn't want to bring this up, but you are a former Congresswoman till not too long ago. So you're also, in a way, caught in these battles that are taking place. That, there seem to be these, each one now is looking how he or she can, in a way, build their own nest, whether it's a political party or an individual. I just want to, for a moment, get in Mr. Mane of the Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti, or the Telangana Rashtriya Samiti, now renamed. Which way are you, Mr. Mane? KCR seems to be also plowing his own furrow. He's now decided that he's going to do his own number. He's tying up with Arvind Kejriwal. Hopefully, he believes in a national alliance. I mean, every opposition party now wants to do their own deals.
Well, because Rajdeep, we are seeing that Indian politics is just not about BJP or Congress alone, and it's just not about Modi ji or Mr. Gandhi. Because you see two instances. The same language which he has done with TMC today, he's done earlier with Telangana also, calling the parties here, which are the ruling governments, as Team B of BJP. He's done the same in Karnataka when he has campaigned extensively, called Deve Gowda and Kumaraswamy as Team B, but when Congress fell in short of numbers, they went back to the same Janata Dal Secular, apologized, and then formed the government. Same campaign in Maharashtra against the Shiv Sena, called them a Team B of BJP, and what happened? Then when Congress wanted to be in power, they formed Mahavikas Aghadi. So who is falling short of credibility? It's the Congress party. They call these states who are fighting for the state's interests, who are strong there,
right,
who have numbers, who are forming governments. But when Congress needs them, they come out and say, we are sorry, you're not Team B. But,
so
but
you're
when
saying,
they want
you're saying that
numbers,
the Congress, you're saying that the Congress has to get off its high horse. You're saying the Congress has to get off its high horse. But the fact is that you are in a battle with the Congress, Mr. Mane.
Absolutely, because Congress, now Kharge ji has prophesied. But more than prophecy, Rajdeep, what Indian politics needs is the performances. Rather than jumping the gun, being haste, the target Congress has now is Karnataka. In coming months, they have the Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan. Perform, get good numbers. What is your strength today in Uttar Pradesh? Where are you in Bihar? You're not ruling in Punjab anymore. You're not ruling in Kerala. You're not ruling in Telangana. So, but you want everyone to be behind you, and you want to be leading the alliance. This because Congress has a attitude of feeling that they only have the patent right. It's just the other side of coin of BJP.
I'm playing a graphic. You made an interesting point. You made an interesting point. I'm just playing a graphic of the mood of the nation, which shows that the Congress's performance as opposition was rated outstanding in our mood of the nation of India today in January only by 19%. Poor was 25%, average was 19%, very poor was 12%. Add all of them up, more than 56 to 60% thought it was either average poor or very poor. Rahul Srivastav, given those numbers, and when I look also at another graphic, best suited to lead opposition, Arvind Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee, as per this poll that included BJP voters, were ahead of Rahul Gandhi. What does that suggest? Is the Congress still the fulcrum of any potential opposition alliance, or do you believe, as we are seeing in states like Meghalaya, other parties are now encroaching upon Congress's turf and saying, we also want to take on the BJP?
If you see, most of the elements in this debate are something which we could have discussed a week ago or more than that. I think what is new is the two statements coming from the Congress party. One, Mallikarjun Kharge, and the second, Jairam Ramesh, saying that the Congress is aware of its role as unifier in the opposition. I think that has taken a long time coming, Rajdeep. In 2019, ahead of in UP, Rahul Gandhi had said that the Congress will be batting on the front foot. Since then, I have not seen the Congress trying to lay claim to the position of eminence in the play of opposition in this country. And I think that's the reason why we see that there is a sense of churn. Now, the idea till now was that the Congress was not believing in itself, that its position of eminence, it was losing ground, and it was seeking opposition unity. In that, a lot of opposition parties realized there was an opportunity to lay claim to the Congress's space to challenge the BJP. Now, why should it not be synonymous that Congress should always give up ground to make opposition come together? So the Congress is being feisty. I think it is right in doing that. Perhaps that's what happens if you do something positive like more than 3,500 kilometers of a march. But I think that's where lies the challenge from here on. Opposition unity is a very, very fragile entity, Rajdeep, in India. There are states where the Congress has allies like DMK and others in Tamil Nadu, Bihar, you have RJD. Those are the states where the Congress can bring people together. Rest will depend on how well Congress does in 2023, Rajdeep. If it wins states and does well, I think the opposition will realize that the Congress is critical as a fulcrum. Otherwise, you'll have a very divided opposition, and Congress, I think, astray as far as the battle is concerned.
Let's take that point. Is the Congress a fulcrum? Sushmita Dev, do you accept Rahul Gandhi's leadership? Do you believe you've worked with the Congress? I hate to bring it up again, but do you believe Rahul Gandhi is the person who should lead an opposition front? I'm not saying necessarily as a face against Mr. Modi. Do you want him to be, though, the glue that brings this opposition together? Can he do it? Sonia Gandhi did it in 2004. But can Rahul Gandhi really do it? He invited all of you to the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Most of you rejected the invitation, didn't go.
See, Abhishek Banerjee is on record saying that we did not get an invitation to the Bharat Jodo Yatra. See, Rajdeep, first of all, I may have been in the Congress, and so was Mamata Banerjee, and so was Sharad Pawar, and so was Jagan Reddy. So let's not go down that road. But what I'm saying is, please understand that here is another statistic. Congress party, despite the fact that it is in a direct contest with the BJP in many states, has lost 40 out of 45 assembly elections. There is the problem that why BJP keeps coming back to power. Now, I ask the Congress party a question that if you want opposition to unite to defeat the BJP, and you expect a party like Trinamool Congress to backtrack from Meghalaya, Tripura and Assam, then will the Congress party backtrack from states like West Bengal, from states like Bihar, from states like Orissa, from states like Andhra? Will you shut shop on the same logic? Are you not dividing votes there? And let me tell you something, every state where the BJP is on the back foot, okay? Most of the states in which BJP is in the back foot, there is a regional satrap, and there are leaders like Mamata Banerjee, Tejasvi Yadav, there is, Jagan Reddy and KCR. Let's not undermine that. But having said that, Rajdeep, we have shown enough insight on the floor of the parliament, whether it comes to China, whether it comes to Adani. We have stood with the opposition on issues that impact the nation. Make no mistake about that. We stood with the Congress also.
No, but the fact is, and Adil Singh Boparai, taking off from what Sushmita Dev says, is the Congress willing to accept that it's no longer this premier pan-Indian party? Focus on the states where you have a chance, cede space to the regional parties. Are you willing to do that? Is the Congress willing to say, 2024, we will only focus on 200 to 250 seats in this country, where we are in a position possibly to take on the BJP. The rest of the country we are leaving to the regional parties. Is the Congress willing to do that?
Mr. Sarjasai, if wishes were horses, all of us would ride. And when I say this, I am not undermining the importance of any regional party. Every regional party has played a critical role and they do exercise a sphere of influence. But a regional party which is in power in one state or two states cannot aspire, cannot practically aspire to defeat the Bharatiya Janata Party and be the fulcrum of any anti-BJP alliance. Having said this, let us not lose sight of the fact that when the Congress president says that we need an opposition alliance, obviously that means give and take. In any alliance, there is mutual accommodation. So obviously, when like-minded parties sit on the table, all such permutations and combinations will be discussed. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. One political party which is on a very rickety wicket, even in their home state, starts aspiring to be the helm of any anti-opposition alliance, is just wishing something which is not going to come true. There is no point in
I am asking you.
There is no point.
No, I am asking you a simple. No, Mr. Adil Singh Boparai. No, Mr. Adil Singh Boparai, I am asking you again. Is the Congress very clear that it is willing to accommodate regional parties pre-election, or do you want to settle everything post-election? That let every party fight as many seats as they want and you'll decide after the election, or are you ready for one-on-one strategic fights across 543 seats against the BJP? Do you see that as a possibility or not?
Mr. Sadesai, I am a very ordinary worker of the Congress party. I cannot forecast policy decisions on behalf of the Congress party. But having said this, the Congress president has made it very clear we want an opposition alliance. And that opposition alliance must focus on defeating the BJP rather than giving oxygen to the BJP. I think that is the critical takeaway which every right-thinking Indian needs to understand.
Yeah, very quickly, Sushmita, respond.
You know, you're talking about giving oxygen to the BJP. First of all, look at the picture on my background. That is Mamata's meeting in Meghalaya. That's the number of people. Congress should move it. Two, what is giving oxygen to people? When 11 MLAs who take a pledge in a church not to leave the Congress in Goa and then leave the Congress and go away, that is giving oxygen to BJP. That is what needs to stop. You know, that is a danger to democracy. Rajdeep, you were in Goa. You know, people didn't vote for the TMC. Yes. People voted for the Congress to fight the BJP. And look what happened. That is a bigger danger to democracy than a Trinamool Congress going and fighting an election democratically.
No, Mr. Sadesai, that's a very nice...
that's one way, one minute. That's one way, that's one way of looking at it. Sir, that's one way of looking at it. The fact is, all of you, actually, the problem is a number of these parties have no ideology. You can go anywhere depending on which way the wind is blowing. And Mr. Mane, that is true of your party also in Telangana. You were at one stage cozying up to the BJP. The moment you realize the BJP is growing in Telangana, you've got a different stand. You do not have anything going for you except for power. The only thing that attracts you is power and family Raj.
Well, absolutely not, Rajdeep, because if you see the previous polls, the results matter. We've brought Bharatiya Janata Party to literally one seat out of 119 assembly segments, only one seat. And in almost 100 seats, they've lost deposit. How can you call us team B of BJP when we've miserably defeated the BJP? The point is, we worked with the government of India expecting that Telangana would get benefits, but in 10 budgets of the BJP, Telangana got 0. And you see,
who is your enemy number one, BJP or Congress? Mr. Mane, who is your enemy number one? When you are going national, who is your enemy number one, BJP or Congress?
The current government of India. The current government of India, which has failed our Telangana, our state, it has failed the entire nation. So they are the opponents. KCR is talking on Adani every day.
So you're saying
we are directly charging even
you're saying you're talking on Adani every day, you're taking on the Modi government. As I said, that's a shift in stand. But Rahul Srivastav concluding, is this a strategic shift that every party is positioning themselves ahead of 2024 depending on local or national concerns? The fact though is a statistic which glares at people. 2019, the BJP defeated the Congress in direct fights 175 out of 186 seats, suggesting that for the BJP, the Congress is their preferred enemy. Do you go along with that? Do you believe that actually the BJP would best like the Congress to lead any opposition alliance?
Yes, Rajdeep, the BJP will love to have a national narrative involving the Congress, a Rahul Gandhi versus Modi kind of battle, because that's easy to manage. But Rajdeep, the problem is that the opposition unity is trapped between the idea of expansion of regional parties and the idea of revival of the Congress party. And between that, if you recall, before 2019, in a discussion, I was saying that the Congress eventually has to decide whether what's the top priority, to defeat Modi or to make Rahul Gandhi or somebody from the Congress the Prime Minister of the country. That's where lies the catch. As Sushmita is rightly saying, we have a concept of winnability of members of parliament and MLAs. So you choose the best candidate. Similarly, I think opposition parties will also need to do is identify who is best suited where to win. And that is the only solution. Otherwise, opposition unity will remain a major problem. And I think Modi will always find a reviving Congress a much better option to deal with than the opposition.
Very interesting discussion. This will go on. Kaun banega challenger? It's KBC political style, and it's still not been settled as we saw today in Meghalaya. But I appreciate all my guests joining me on my top talking point